our big item that we've been doing making takes for and demonstrating our products with today is our 4-in-1 can coolers. Erin, these are really cool. I'm going to give you just a little bit of information about what these do. So, this is a can cooler that you can decorate. It is double wall insulated for 8+ hours of temperature control. So here, I'll let you play with the lids and everything. So
I'm Vanna.
Yes, she's gorgeous. So with this, you can put in like a Coke can. You can put in a White Claw can, like a tall, skinny can. You can put in a beer bottle, a glass beer bottle. Not that doesn't quite fit.
It doesn't fit. I tried.
Or you can pour your drink directly in it, and this cap turns it into a tumbler.
Right.
So this holds the bottles and cans, and this turns it into a tumbler. So you can do 4 things with this one can cooler.
But we don't want to leave it white because that's just
it's boring. It's boring. It's like like Yetis are cool, but you don't get to really personalize them. So this gives you the opportunity to do that and hold more drinks in your hands.
So the best way to go from this to something even more amazing, and there's a few fun ones. This is a different container, but just look how cool you can get the images on there. Is through sublimation.
Yes.
Now, can you explain what sublimation is to anybody who may not know what that is yet?
Okay, so buckle up because sublimation sounds difficult, but it is not. It is a scary word for a very easy concept. What we do with sublimation is we print a design on a sublimation printer, or we use sublimation inks and ink pads, paints, and markers.
Which I'm going to do a little span. Is that okay if I do
Go
that?
right ahead.
Yeah, we're going to do a tiny little span so you guys can see. So this is why we have both of these booths together, because we have Craft Express and Artist Free, because they have the markers, the inks, the paints, so you can do all of the arts, like by hand drawing it and adding the art to it all. He's like, get it out of here. So you can go have fun and have some just plain looking art, not plain art, but like your kids' drawings, your artwork, and you can put it on things, or you can print it out, which is what we're going to be doing with us today. We have printed out this image. Hello, everybody. Can we start now? I'm just working. Can you start now? I already did start. Not sure what that is.
Yeah, all right.
So we have this has already been printed on a sublimation printer. Oh, I just shifted my thing.
Okay,
Sorry,
I
moved it.
Move over.
So this has been printed on a sublimation printer, and what's different than any other printer is that it's a special kind of ink that allows the sublimation process to transfer over. Sorry about the background noise. We're in a trade show.
Yep. So this was printed from a sublimation printer using sublimation ink on sublimation paper. So this paper is made to carry sublimation ink, and during the sublimation process, what happens is the ink from here goes from this sheet onto our tumbler using the proper time, temperature, and pressure from a heat press. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this up first and get everything put together. So
I'm going to play with the tape over here.
Yep,
and we're using a special tape. It's called heat transfer tape. Just testing it.
We are using.
So you don't want to use Scotch tape, you don't want to use washi tape, because it'll melt due to the amount of heat that is in the press.
Exactly. This tape is made to withstand the heat of our heat press. So what I like to do, I don't know about you, Erin, is I like to start off by making a little tab up top so it's easier for me to rip my tape.
That's smart, because I normally don't do that, then I have the hardest time getting it off.
And then I like to layer my tape one on top of the other.
You want longer ones?
No, you're good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This will be enough.
I do a really good job of handing tape.
She is. So I want to show you what the tape looks like. It's all overlapped. So when this is done and I pull on this tab, it will all come right off together.
This is why you guys pay the big bucks.
And I'm smiling right now and holding this.
Because we're taking a picture on the side here with my hand. There we go.
There we go. Multitasking over here. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, so I'm going to take a second on the bottom here. Go ahead.
So you can also, make sure everything is perfectly aligned, the seals are all there, and all that stuff. And because it's on the sublimation paper, you don't need to add any of the protective paper on this one, because it's the actual sublimation paper is going to act as your protective paper within the paper itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or that was just a convoluted mess.
So what's happening here? You're making your point.
Okay.
So what's happening here is this tumbler is coated in polyester for sublimation. So all the polymers are opening up, and when the ink turns into a gas, it goes into the polymers of this coated item. And when the heat's taken away, they close up like a Venus flytrap and traps the ink inside. This is wrapped very tightly around our tumbler, and the ink really in this scenario doesn't have anywhere to go.
Right.
Because it's so encapsulated around our tumbler. So I'm not really too worried about blowout, especially because
Meaning that it's going to come through the paper and get on the press itself and then damage future projects down the line. That's what she
exactly.
said.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. You're
Thanks
welcome.
for breaking that down. Especially because the ink, if it does escape, is going this way out the top or bottom. So, and it's very, very minor amounts as well.
So we put it in the press. It was already set for the Pacific. I was about to say Pacific. Specific temperature, time, and heat. And then she's just rotating it around. Oh no, I'm getting a phone call.
Oh no. While you're
I'm gonna We're still here. Okay.
we're
Sorry
good.
about that.
We're
Sorry about that.
Oh, someone said this was her favorite, that this was their favorite booth. Yay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So what we did was we placed this into the press. We pressed it at 385 degrees for 60 seconds. Then we opened it up, rotated it, and are pressing it again for another 60 seconds. Then,
Why are we doing that? Is it because the top doesn't get as hot as the bottom of the press?
basically right. So what's happening is this top of the press, which you guys can't really see very well,
Picture the top.
is open. So the top of this press is open, so it's not getting all the heat and pressure that it needs in order to sublimate properly.
So you would get kind of a faded image, so it would graduate from a very intense to a very faded image, and that's no fun. You want to have a very intense, beautiful image. And there's steam, and that's okay. What does the steam mean?
It means I'm hot. No, it's because this hot temperature is hitting cold air. I believe that's right, something along that line. Right, science.
Yeah, it's all science. You got
So
it.
we're going to rip this.
And it's hot, which is why she's wearing a heat protective glove on her hand right now, because you do not want to burn yourself. This is at 385 degrees. This is piping hot. But then just take a look at that. So what kind of press is that? Oh, let's talk about the press itself.
I would love to. So this,
That's it. That's all there is to the mug. Or to the, what is it? Really a
Tumbler.
mug. It's a tumbler. It's the best way to describe it.
yeah, probably.
But and then this will take a good 5 minutes to cool down. So just make sure you rest it on a heat source that is not going to, if you put it down on something, you don't want to put it on top of something that's going to melt when you put it on top. So, a countertop, your kitchen countertops can take the heat for this. That's fine if you want to put it, but don't put it on plastic that will melt it. So just be careful.
Right.
If you've got a heat mat, that's great. And for all those fails, go to your kitchen and grab your oven gloves and then just rest it on top of your oven glove.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So first things first, before we get to what the actual press is, I want to bring something up. So you see my tumbler, and you see the transfer. There's a huge difference here, right? Erin, you see the difference
Yes.
there, right? So when you print sublimation, it is very dull. It's that proper time, temperature, and pressure from your heat press that brings out those colors and makes them pop.
Well, and there's one other thing. Take a look at what the picture. Hold that up again. It's fine. Telling her what to do.
It's your library.
So look at the words. This is in mirror image, and then because we pressed it on, it is now in the correct image. So therefore, that's why you want to make sure you're always printing it with the mirror image, because when you place it on there, it's going to press it. And if you printed it so you could read it, it would be a mirror image on the object, but you don't want that.
No, you don't want that. So let's talk about the press.
All right.
That was a great question. So this is a Craft Express mug and tumbler press. That means you can press all different types of drinkware in here, from 11-ounce mugs to 30-ounce straight tumblers.
Am I pulling all the right things?
You're pulling everything that we have over here can be pressed with this tumbler press. So you can press a wide variety of drinkware, and just so you know, as long as it's coated in sublimation, it can be pressed. So we're talking mugs, tumblers, glass cans,
Different sizes.
enamel, anything from stainless steel to glass to metal to enamel.
This went to this.
To ceramic, yep. Anything that is coated in polyester that is drinkware can go in this press.
I'm having fun just pulling things off the shelf.
Yeah, she's just, you never know what she's going to come out with.
I'm all just having fun. Oh, look, there's even one more. Baby bottle.
It's a cute little
baby bottle.
And that is also double wall insulated for temperature control. So like even though it's not like a big kit cup,
Right.
it still plays by big kit rules.
All right, there's a question. Can you see what the question
I
said?
did not.
Oh,
Did I press it?
yeah. Well, let me go look at the comments. All right. Does Reliable love comments? Comments. All right. So, oh no, it's not letting us. Hang on. Somebody just say hi so the comments pull back up on the screen again. So if you're the one who left the comment, just hit dot enter because the comments screen go off the screen real fast. So I wasn't able to read what your question was.
I saw something about sublimation. What
There
does
it
it
is.
mean to coat it in sublimation? Yes.
Thank
okay.
you.
So what it means is it's coated for sublimation. So it's coated in a polyester base or polymers that will trap the ink, because sublimation, in order to make it work, you need the sublimation ink, sublimation paper, and you also need an item coated in polyester.
Right.
So basically, if you just went to the store and found a blank mug, chances are it's not coated in polyester. You really need to get those items from a sublimation blanks dealer, specifically, I don't know, maybe Craft Express.
And here's a prime example. So, like, my daughter is on a softball team, and one of the moms made this great, like, HTV vinyl cutout, and it had her name, and it was like the shape of the team, and we were the foxes. So it was this really cool fox circle, and it was in the hot pink, their color. And she was saying, does anybody else want this image? I can cut it out for you. And then he pressed it, and I was saying, make sure that you're doing it on a polyester shirt, because it'll make sure it lasts longer, it'll go through wash. She goes, well, I always do it on cotton. And I said, did you wash it yet? She goes, yeah, and it shrunk and got all shrivelly. I'm like, that's what you want to do, polyester shirt. It just makes sure that it's on there longer. It won't peel off. So polyester coating is the number one coating that you want to look for. So just look for poly coating. That's the number one, like probably what you're, the phrasing that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Like a sublimation printer, yeah. So sublimation printers print, but you still have to put it onto a surface that can accept the sublimation ink, whether from a printer or from an ink pad or from a pen.
Right.
So there's there's also paint now too.
Yeah, so sublimation, when it comes to product, because someone said, is it just, so it's not just tumblers? The answer is no. Anything that's coated for sublimation, you can press. Obviously, if it's a flat item, you can't press it in here. You have to press it with a flat press.
Which we do. Let me show. Let me span the camera over so you guys
If you
can
want
see
to
that.
hand over here.
So this is a flat press to do all of the flat press items. So your shirts, if you've got oven mitts, coasters, little baggies. That is what. There, right there, that one.
So we've got like marble coasters that can be pressed in here.
I don't know why she's trying. I can hold it up for everybody to see. So look at that. But it had a poly coating on it, so we were able to do that.
And a poly-coated oven mitt.
Look at that. This is fun. Oh, see, they even did the other side. But yeah, and then I've just shown on my channel the square oven mitts. Those ones are fun too. So they're also asking for infusible ink.
Yep, so we have those.
Yes, yes. And there's some really, really cool designs that Craft Express has of some of the infusible ink. Hey! Oh, she's getting them. She's getting them. They're really cool. This is our whole wall.
So we have infusible ink sheets or sublimation transfer sheets, which
gonna hang out
are these are sheets that are coated in sublimation ink, and you can put these through your Cricut or your silhouette cutter, cut a design out, place it on top of a t-shirt, place it around a tumbler, around a mug, on top of an oven mitt. Yep, and you can press it and it transfers that ink over. So sublimation can be done really in a handful of ways. There's the markers and the paints that you can draw on a piece of copy paper, place it on top of, or wrap it around your sublimation coated item, and press it. You can use the transfer sheets that can be cut out, wrapped around, or placed on top of your item and press it. These are two great ways to get into sublimation if A, you want to invest in a printer, or B, you're trying to figure out if it's something that you want. Or you can get a sublimation printer, where you can print your own designs. It's great for personalization. Tape that down to a round item and press it. As long as it's coated in polyester, A, it will work. B, it will stay on there forever, and C, you'll never be able to feel the item. It's not like vinyl where you feel it. It's baked into the coating of the item.
So there's also some really cool, if you look for, not kind of iron on sublimation prints on Amazon. There's some really fun ones that are already printed and they come in like sheet sets. I got one for Halloween. It was this really cute one. It had a whole bunch of stuff about Hocus Pocus on it. So take a look. I mean, it was $10 for like 4 or 5 sheets. So sublimation printers are just a little out of your expenditure and you're like, I can't, but I love the idea of the presses and doing things, then absolutely there's other ways around instead of having to spend the money for the sublimation printer. What was the question?
So someone asked where we got the coffee mugs and tumblers that we are using. So Craft Express. So I'll give you just the lowdown on Craft Express. So we make the presses from tumbler presses to flat presses. We have those. We have the printers. We have the tape. We have the paper. And we have about 200 blank items. So from drinkware to baby goods to petware to household goods. I mean, what we have here is about 1% of the items that we actually offer. But we offer everything that you really need.
Let's flip this over and let's show all of the fun blanks. I've been pulling them over, but there's no reason not to come over and show you guys. So these are a lot of the amazing Craft Express blanks that you can get. Those are the ones I was pulling, but you can see all the mug tumblers, but just look down below here. There's the oven mitts, there's the babies, there's dog handkerchief things, there's baby clothes.
This is a baby bib, baby sippy cup. We've got a coaster, oven mitt. We have sequin patches that you can stick on your clothing.
Oh, that's cute. I haven't played with that yet.
It's really cool. Let me.
Dog collars.
You can you sublimate on the white side.
Oh,
and you would hear it. We have.
But you can sublimate on both too, right? The silver and the white, or just the white?
Just the white.
Just the white.
Just
okay.
the white.
Sorry.
There's dog. We have dog collars. We have dog bandanas. We have baby blankets, hooded baby clothes. We have vegan leather pillowcases.
Just take a look. I mean, I've even done the sublimation on the glass, and it was the wine and cheese boards, and yeah, just cool stuff. There is also a mug press, and this takes very specific sizes of the mugs, but it also they do work with one of the water bottles. So it does work really well with that water bottle. And then there's also the little baby Craft Express heat press right here. So instead, if you don't want the big giant industrial looking one, there's this one, and there's a larger size than that one as well.
Yes, it's a 9x12. And then there's an even smaller size.
Oh, the little bitty one.
Mini oven.
The little bitty guy.
Little mini iron. And then we do have an oven.
Oh yeah, you have the oven as well. We don't have that here though.
No, everything you need to do sublimation, we have a way for you to
I got you covered.
So
got you
we
covered.
got you covered. So it's a
Did
lot.
we miss anything? If you have any questions and we missed it, please leave a comment in the info or down below. And even though we're after live, if you're watching this on the replay, leave a comment because I will go back and I will watch all of those comments. And I just realized I have like mascara. It's the end of the day. We're tired. We're so tired. But we're so excited to still be here.
Very
because
excited to
this the show days are amazing. I think you guys can already hear my voice a little, but yeah, that's what it is. I live for these days. I have so much fun. So make sure you leave if you have a question, comment. Happy to answer it. And if I don't know, I'm going to be shooting it over to Megan for her to.
I'll answer it. You can follow us too at Craft Express US. We'll answer any questions. And yeah, look for Erin's videos because she uses our products a few times a month for videos. They always turn out great. She gives great education on them. So if you want to know anything, yes, feel free to reach out to me. But if you go through Erin's videos, you're definitely going to find content that not only will be able to learn from, but also will inspire you to create. So definitely check those out.
All right, thank you guys so much. There'll probably be one more video left to come here from Creativation 2023, which is showing you what teardown looks like, because it's always kind of crazy seeing all these booths just all of a sudden go from looking amazing to it's just bananas around here. So be on the lookout for that fun teardown video, and be sure to make sure you watch my Reel of the Day, which will go out tomorrow. And if you didn't watch my Reel of the Day today, make sure you go take a look at that. It's on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube already. I'll be putting them up on TikTok soon. I just hadn't gotten there yet. All right, see you guys in a little bit. Bye, everybody.